Hello, I am Sarah Cummings, and I am here today to talk about the Plotly package and 3D graphing within Plotly. So first, I just wanted to give a quick basic introduction. Here is a static example of one of those 3D graphs. Why Plotly? It's a suite of graphing libraries. It comes with fully featured versions for lots of languages, but I'm a Pythonista, so we're going to use Python here. And it creates interactive publication quality visualizations. It has a ton of built-in methods for maps, financial plots, automations, chloroplasts, whatever you need. Why Plotly? There are lots of Python packages that are used for graphing. I think the best parts about Plotly are those 3D graphs. They're interactive. The color options that are built in within Plotly are really powerful. Lastly, your code renders into portable HTML, which is really great if you want to embed it in a website where a customer might be able to get at that interactive graph. There is one drawback, and it requires tidy data. What is a tidy data set? This is a super quick overview, but essentially, tidy data set accounts for any empty values in you've fixed any incomplete or incorrect values. So that's typos, case mismatches in strings, outliers, either too big or too small. Popular fixes for numerical issues are using the mean to fill the nulls, median, taking the two averages of a value surrounding a null. And then in short, every column has a value and every row has an observation. I'm going to use the iris data set, which is a pretty famous open source data set that is comes tidy, which is very useful for us today. So here are the required arguments. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pass your data into the figure. And then you're going to pass your X, Y, and Z variables. This looks the coolest if all three of these are continuous numerical data. However, folks are used to seeing categorical data on the x-axis. So if that's where you're going to use categorical data, that's where I would put it. If you have more than one categorical value, 3D graphing and these interactive graphs might not be the best visualization for you. And then you're going to want to update the layout with title and give it a size in pixels, and then call the figure to show it. Okay, enough talking about the code. Let us actually go look at, I'm going to use a Juniper notebook session, but this is totally portable. You can use anything you want. So here you go. We've got all the required arguments. I'm passing some additional optional marker information. And then it's going to render this graph for us here. As you can see, this is interactive. It is scalable, which is really another really cool option that comes preloaded in the graph objects class in Plotly, is this mesh 3D graph. So I'm going to render that one. And this is also just a really, really cool data visualization. And when you hover over the value, the point, it will give you the values that show up on that particular point. So there are some additional optional parameters. You can edit the hover text like I just showed. It defaults to X, Y, and Z. None and skip are going to disable that completely if you have information you don't want to show the public. The mode sets the scatter trace so that you can make it more opaque depending on what you're looking for there. And then if you want to use date data, you can put that on the Z axis. Lastly, and what I think is sort of the most powerful part of why I love graph objects so much are these optional color built-in color functions that you can built-in color arguments you can use. So there's the color scale from 1 to 0, and then it mixes in the middle. And so it shows us a range over your continuous variables. Additionally, you can set the range. So if your values range from 100 to 1,000, you can set your range as 200 to 800. And then those numbers above the max and below the min are going to be at full hue. The numbers in the middle are going to mix together in the middle. Color bar is your legend. The axes connect the color data to the trace data. So that tells it which bits of color data to which color data to give what hue. And then there are some really awesome preloaded color sets, and these are vibrant, they go together. They are a really easy way, if you are not a designer, to create a graph object that looks professional. It has that sort of design quality without maybe needing to know everything about color theory. Uh, thank you so much. I hope that you go forth and do some coding in 3D. I am at smcummings5@gmail.com if you want to reach out, if you have any questions. And thank you so much for watching.